这你们这写的乔迁日记吗？压力大了，老乡们呐！2017年就开始说，大家不要乱办酒，这都8年了，办酒的不自觉，喝酒的人家脸厚。咱们打工就为了赚2个钱，才让你们改善生活，结果你们把钱都用在这个办这个酒上来了。
每年的收入都受理了，一个普通家庭得1-2万，最高是受30万，老百姓是苦不堪言，纯粹是以办酒席的名义敛财。
How outrageous the reasons for holding banquets in Guizhou are. A relative called a week in advance to invite people to a banquet, saying it was for a housewarming after moving. So 500 yuan in gift money was given. When we arrived, we saw that he had only moved from the first floor to the second floor. An uncle whom we had not contacted for many years invited us to a full-month baby banquet. Another 500 yuan in gift money was given. When we arrived, the child was almost as tall as ourselves. It turned out that in 2024 they were making up for a full-month banquet from 2014. The neighbor's second granduncle invited people to a banquet because he had a precious son. Another 500 yuan in gift money was given. Thinking about it afterward, the second granduncle was already 83 years old. After arriving, we found out that his sow had a high yield that year and gave birth to 12 piglets. Half a month later, he invited people again under the excuse of repairing the pigsty. Another half a month later, he said the pigsty had been expanded, and an extra floor was added to make it livable for people, and he invited people to eat again. Finally, after the house was completed, he invited people to eat once more. Adding up all the gift money before and after, it exactly covered his house construction costs. After attending all these banquets, many people's income went from a monthly salary of 5,000 yuan to a monthly loan payment of 5,000 yuan. In the end, when there was really nothing happening at home, they held a nothing banquet, also called a play banquet, which means it had been a long time since a banquet was held, so people were simply invited to come eat.
我的老家所谓是一大堆乱象。
My hometown is full of all kinds of chaos. I truly do not want to be in this place. To be honest, if I did not have any ties, I would absolutely never come back. Having one child requires holding a banquet. Having 2 children requires holding a banquet. Having 3 children also requires holding a banquet. Buying a new house requires holding a banquet. Renovating the house in the hometown requires holding a banquet. When his father turns 70, he holds a banquet. When his mother turns 70, he also holds a banquet. When his parents die, he holds a grand banquet. Yet when his parents were alive, they did not even know what cake was, nor what drinks were. After they die, he suddenly becomes a great filial son. This is the so-called tradition. Every year they rack their brains to find all kinds of reasons to hold banquets, purely bullying the honest people in the village. Others are embarrassed to hold banquets, but he is not. That kind of person holds at least one banquet every year. No matter the reason, no matter the type of banquet, he always finds an excuse to hold one. Others give him gift money again and again, once a year, several times a year. Some people do not hold a banquet for several years, but he holds one every year, and he becomes richer and richer. This is the so-called tradition. As for those who work outside, I estimate that one day of their wages is not even enough to cover the gift money. Honestly, who would not be annoyed by such people? He does not go out to work all year round, yet he lives so comfortably. At the end of the year he holds one banquet, and the gift money collected from that single banquet is more than what others earn by working outside. I never attend these banquets. If you are unhappy, so be it, right? If you do not like it, then do not like it. I know such people. Even if one day you have no food to eat, he would not even look at you. Why associate with him at all, right?
最近大家都在讨论贵州乱办酒席这个事情哦，我是贵州的，我出来澄清一下。
Recently, everyone has been discussing the issue of indiscriminate banquets in Guizhou. I am from Guizhou, and I want to clarify this. This is not a rumor. It is true. I believe many friends from other regions have attended wedding banquets and full-month baby banquets, which are normal, right? But have you ever attended a banquet for a child getting a haircut? Have you attended a banquet for a child getting into college, not a prestigious university, just an ordinary one? Have you attended a 60th birthday banquet when an elderly person turns 60? A 70th birthday banquet at 70? An 80th birthday banquet at 80? I have attended all of these here. So you see online why government departments here are cracking down on people who hold banquets indiscriminately. People who work outside are still relatively okay because they have income. But have you ever thought about those who have no income at home? They rely entirely on farming to survive. Some of them truly have no money for gift contributions. They sell corn or wheat, whatever crops they have at home, just to attend that banquet. Some who have no money sell a chicken or a duck to attend that banquet. Because everyone thinks that when it is their turn to hold a banquet in the future, others will also come. This creates a vicious cycle. Here, the rule is that whether you come or not does not matter, as long as your gift money arrives. They do not care if you come or not. They care about whether your gift money is recorded in their ledger. As long as those people can find even the slightest reason to hold a banquet, they will absolutely not miss that opportunity. Do you know how exaggerated it is? One family held 2 banquets within a single year. What kind of concept is that? Then the next year they held a 3rd full-month banquet. Do you think that is exaggerated or not?
你们可能不知道，在贵州呢，办一次酒席有多挣钱。
You may not know how profitable it is to hold a banquet in Guizhou. Today I will quietly tell you. After watching this, you will know why so many people like to hold banquets. First of all, Guizhou is different from other cities when it comes to holding banquets. Here in Guizhou, holding a banquet requires collecting gift money. According to the current minimum market standard, for ordinary friends from the same village, whether red or white events or other miscellaneous banquets, the minimum starts at 100 yuan. If there is a family connection, it ranges from 300 to 500 yuan. For closer brothers and friends, at least 1,000 yuan or more is required. Secondly, the way banquets are held here is also different from other places. Except for a very small number of red and white events held in the hometown, most banquets are held in restaurants, specifically those that specialize in hosting banquets. I am not talking about hotels here. Holding banquets in restaurants saves time, effort, and money because they only provide one meal. Unlike many places where banquets are held at home, which require helpers and last 3 days with meals for 3 days. On the day before the banquet, villagers come to help at the host's home and eat for a day. On the official banquet day, people eat for 1 day. After that, relatives, friends, and neighbors are invited to eat for another day. If it is a celebratory event, the dishes ordered at the restaurant are better and more expensive. If it is a birthday banquet, housewarming banquet, or similar event, they are usually cheaper. A table costs about 298, 288, or 268 yuan. Each table seats 10 people, and basically only one meal is provided. Finally, let us talk about how much money can be made from holding one banquet. After deducting all expenses such as restaurant fees and food costs, holding one banquet can still earn at least 30,000 to 50,000 yuan. If someone has broader social connections and good relationships, the gift money can easily exceed more than 100,000 yuan. If they are government officials, it is even more exaggerated. Of course, if it were like when we were children, holding banquets at home in the countryside and asking people to help, there is no doubt it would result in a loss. But with today's model of holding banquets at restaurants, it is guaranteed profit. Holding a banquet is just a pretense. Making money is the real goal. Think about it carefully. One banquet can net tens of thousands of yuan. Is that not better than working? And that money is earned in just 1 day. We work all year long and only make tens of thousands of yuan. After seeing this, you should understand why banquets in Guizhou are so frequent. Because they are very profitable.
我们这个地方很多酒席已经被叫停了。
In our area, many banquets have already been stopped. Now only wedding banquets and funeral banquets are allowed. All other banquets are prohibited. Hearing this news made me extremely happy. I had been waiting for this day for many years. I had been waiting for it day and night, and finally it has arrived. Government officials, you are amazing. Truly remarkable. I respect you very much. I believe that before long, all ordinary people will be able to live good lives, with much less financial pressure. I believe that every meal, everyone will be able to afford at least 4 dishes. But there are still a few people who are very inconsiderate and secretly hold banquets. This is called going against the government. This is called adding trouble for the government, and adding trouble for the government is the same as adding trouble for yourself. I advise you not to remain so stubborn. Otherwise, you will never make much money in your lifetime.
Recently, before the Spring Festival, the phenomenon of indiscriminate banquets has started again in many places across China. Let me share my own view. I actually think rural banquets can be held, but they should be regulated from another angle. In terms of gift money, each place can introduce a regulation that caps gift money at 50 yuan. The amount must not exceed 50 yuan. Calculated this way, with 50 yuan per person and 10 people per table, one table amounts to 500 yuan. In rural areas, 500 yuan is enough to cover the cost of a banquet and does not leave much profit. In this way, those who want to make extra money under the name of holding banquets will not achieve their goal and will stop holding banquets indiscriminately. At the same time, those who truly want to hold a banquet for the sake of liveliness can still achieve their purpose. In the future, whenever a family holds a banquet, one village cadre must be assigned to supervise the collection of gift money, and the gift money must not exceed 50 yuan. In this way, no matter what kind of excuse is used to hold a banquet, it will be difficult to make money, but the collected gift money can still cover the costs. As a result, the warmth of everyday life will remain, and ways for relatives and friends to strengthen relationships will also remain. The trend of making money by holding banquets indiscriminately will gradually disappear. What do you think of my suggestion? Welcome to discuss it in the comment section.